Well, hi, this is Pastor Don, and I'm here today to share with you something that's really exciting that's coming up over the course of this year. You know, about a year ago, Gail and I had the opportunity to visit England, and we visited one of our missionary friends there, Larry Kinnaman. And Larry was about to take what is called a sabbatical, and we began to talk about this, and Larry said that on his sabbatical he was going to walk the Camino Way, or the Way of St. James in Spain. Honestly, I'd never even heard of the thing, but he began to tell me about this. And the Way of St. James is an ancient pilgrimage that was taken across the north of Spain. It's about 500 miles, and it's usually finished in around 40 days or so. Many, many pilgrims, in fact, millions of pilgrims have made this pilgrimage down through the ages, since the Middle Ages. And it was an opportunity for people to get apart from everything else, get apart from their everyday lives, and to spend an extended time with God when there's a whole different physical environment and emotional environment, and especially a spiritual environment. Many people have found themselves enlivened and uplifted and had kind of a spiritual renewal in their life. So this really interested me. Began to pray about this, and over a period of months decided that maybe this was something that God would have me do. And so by the fall of that year, I began to talk to the elders at the church about it, and we began to talk about it. Gail and I talked a lot about it, and we decided that yes, this indeed was something that would be a really good thing, that I would take a sabbatical. And the first time I'd ever done this in the years that I have been in ministry. And also then that I would walk the Camino Way during this period of time. Before long, my nephew got on board with it, and he decided, hey, I would love to do this with you. And so my nephew Joseph and I are going to walk the Camino Way starting on May 4th of this year. You know, it's really for us about a couple things. Maybe you're not familiar with sabbatical. The idea of sabbatical came about many, many years ago, when people begin to understand that those in the teaching professions, doctors in the church and in universities at those times, needed a period of time every few years to study, to become rejuvenated, to learn new things, have new experiences, and that would enliven their teaching, and then they would then take that back to their schools, to their churches and so forth, and it was very, very helpful for the whole Christian community. And so down through the ages, people have taken sabbaticals. It's become much more widespread these days. Many professions have people take sabbaticals and so forth. So that's what I'm going to be looking to do. Experience something very different, experience something very new, and be able to spend a lot of time with the Lord on this walk. Sabbatical, you know, is not something, though, that just should be practiced with us by getting away, going far away in new surroundings. In fact, God set up sabbatical, we know right from the very beginning of time, that God Himself wanted to experience sabbatical. It's a time of rest. It's a time of rejuvenation. So we're going to be thinking and writing and learning about what it means to have sabbatical on a regular basis as a part of your life. We hope to learn a lot about that, maybe write a few things about it, share a few things about it. Well, while we're taking this walk, we're going to, on a regular basis, be posting pictures on Facebook and on our website. We're going to be taking videos. We're going to be able to Skype back with some folks, be able to follow us pretty well this whole walk. And then we will share what we're experiencing and what we're learning along the way. We're also going to be doing something else, and that is kind of a byproduct of this, and that is raising funds to plant a new church and a community center in Bolivia. Our church, Capillary Christian Church, have decided that we're going to partner with Stadia Church Planting and with Compassion International. And in Bolivia, we're going to plant this new church. The church is actually also a community center, and that we will also be sponsoring up to 200 children in this church. So I'm going to be having folks that want to get on board with this. If you want to sponsor me for so much a mile, and we'll raise some funds. We need to raise about $40,000 in funds in order to plant this new church. be kind of a way you could follow along with what's happening, and just an enjoyable way to see something really, really great happen. So hopefully by this time next year, there will be a new church and a new community center and lots of children sponsored in Bolivia. So I hope you'll join along with this effort, get on board. If you have questions, don't hesitate to email me, and we'll be communicating already on Facebook. And so I encourage you to do that. Thanks for spending this time with me.